guys, and welcome to another edition of Just a Couple Guys talking football with you, with PJ and Tate. Tate, we were missing you last week. How you been, brother?
Good, yeah, death in the family, but everything's all good. So, yeah. Good thing is I didn't miss any football, and I think I got some good context today. So,
Yeah, folks, so we didn't jump in, Tate, I did a little quick hit before my pickup show last week, so of course I've got some picks for this week that we could talk about, but, I want to just jump right on in this, folks, and go to last Thursday's game with the Giants and the Eagles, and Tate, I got a question for you that I think you and I were talking about yesterday. Are the Giants back?
Yeah, I know, that's my thing. I think they're playing inspired. They got a good defense. I think they're kind of dangerous. There's not a lot of tape on Jackson Dart. So I don't know. Jackson Dart's also been in concussion protocol every game he started, including preseason.
Yeah.
So he's got to change that. Cam Scadaboo is, I think a lot of people who watched him play in college knew like how hard of a runner he was.
Yeah.
It's a little spark plug. I like what they're doing. That was very surprising game. I thought the Eagles would be a little ticked off after what happened with the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I definitely picked the Eagles in that one to win. Yeah, but I don't know. What do you think?
I thought that the Eagles would win. I thought they would want to bounce back from your aforementioned Broncos loss. To be honest with you, I think that this loss is more on the Eagles and the way that they're playing than the Giants per se. I do like what the Giants are doing. I think it's exciting. I think Scadaboo is definitely fun to watch. I think Jackson Dart has provided some spark to him. My one question is what if Jackson Dart started the season for the Giants? Where would they be? Would they have been 0-3, or would they have been 1-2?
That's what you and I were talking about too. Mm-hmm. Is like why waste it with Russell Wilson? I understand maybe the first couple of games, but once he started to struggle, there's enough tape out on Russell. Like I think they could have started Jackson Dart a little sooner, but good for him that he's getting the opportunity. He's just got to change the way he plays and learn how to slide a little bit.
Now let me ask you, and I think that the Giants are an interesting story. I like to see it. It's good. I mean, will they save Dayball's job? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But what do you think is wrong with the Eagles? Or is there anything wrong with the Eagles and they just lost a close division game?
I think they got a play caller who wasn't calling plays last year. I don't think he's ever called plays, so he's getting in a rhythm with that. I think it's all about play calling and play design. You and I was talking about this, they have 4 plays that is very basic. You can run 4 plays like that and mix it up with different wide receiver
formations
packages, formations, motions, and run the same play. And that's what a lot of teams do. You see a lot of the West Coast teams. You see a lot of the Green Bay Packers, the 49ers, and the Rams do that. They just do it out of different wide receiver formations and motions. So that's what I think. I know there's turmoil. Let's face it. Wide receivers are divas. Hell, maybe it's a Super Bowl hangover too. I think they're fine. Me personally, they may struggle for a few more weeks. Between them and the Bills, I think the Eagles kind of did this last year too. So, and the Bills do, like, we'll get to the Bills, but there's teams that do this about every October that you're like, oh no, they're out. They've lost it. Then all of a sudden they come back. And like, I think the Ravens have done it before too. So.
Well, I think one of the things that I'm kind of picking up from the Eagles in so many ways, and I could be wrong, I think that there's problems on the offense because I don't think some of the people are seeing eye to eye, whether that's A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, whichever. What I was really shocked about in that Giants game is how bad their defense played, because their defense got beat up. And, when you're scoring, I mean, that defense was supposed to be this vaunted Vic Fangio defense. Nothing changed there.
Well,
Vic Fangio's still there.
Let's look at this season and last season. How many times was the defense on the field majority of the game?
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
I mean,
yeah, it's a great point.
So they're getting. This is the time of the year that those 3 and outs, and those teams at 3 and out all the time, that their defense is going to start no matter how
Getting
good they are,
tired.
they're gonna get tired and they're gonna get worn out, and then the season's away from them.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's a great point. And speaking of defenses, let's roll right into it. And let's go into that game of Denver versus the New York Jets.
That epic high-scoring Sean Payton's the great play caller that he is against the Eagles, and he's such a great play designer that he is, and he's so epic. Look, okay, I'm going to go off here for a minute. Great.
I'm out of the way.
It was a trap game. Yeah, he called it a trap game, but I don't give a crap. Mark Solers broke it down this morning. 12 plays, like he broke down their run offense, 12 plays. And I mean, it's a combo of guys just basic football fundamentals that the O-line's not doing. And then like 12 to 18 different running plays that like you're throwing crap against a wall and hoping it sticks. They have 49 penalties on the year, which is in the top 10. They are the third highest team with punting. So the only one who beats him is the Browns and the Titans. So like this mastermind, Sean Payton, like, okay. Like I've been saying all year. The reason why they're 4-2 is their defense. Their defense had 9 sacks. Their defense is amazing. I will put a lot of this on a lot of the players too on offense. Like, you guys got to beat your guy. But honestly, Bo Nix wasn't that bad. Like he had an okay first half, and then they just stopped throwing the ball and they got uber conservative, and it was very frustrating to watch for a Broncos fan and just a football fan. I mean, God, that game was terrible. But I mean, like I was saying earlier, this has been the last 10 years of the Broncos of 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and then the defense starts to bend, and then the floodgates are open. So, like, to me, it's like if their offense, their best quarter of football this year is fourth quarter against the Eagles. If they can get anything clicking, they're going to be a very dangerous team. How this defense is,
yeah.
But I think it's doable. But I don't understand Sean Payton. I was telling a friend of this that since he's been in Denver's third year, he has 4 games that I've seen his first 2 years. And then this year, 4 games where he calls terrible play calling. And the announcers, everyone's like, what is he doing? So hopefully he got it out of his system. I'm going to be a little optimistic. I think he did. I think they're going to start rolling a little bit. Bo Nix isn't playing great by any means, but I think he's having a sophomore slump. But that, that's just, but to me too is like they are just not disciplined. They are so penalized on offense. I mean, it is. I mean, they had 11 penalties, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just, and it's every game it is this way. It's every game. Offsides, lining up in the neutral zone, holding, just stupid stuff. And you're going to hold a little bit, but I mean, at week 6, you should start like, okay, guys,
you should start seeing better play. Is what you're saying.
And we've seen that, and I've seen it with Sean Payton teams as being the Broncos head coach like this. So this is nothing new.
So one of the things I wanted to point out for our loyal listeners is that anyone that's listening to this podcast actually had more net passing yards than Justin Fields did on Sunday. Anyone. I did. Tate did. You, the listener, did, because he had minus 10 bad negative passing yards. All right, I have a question.
The Jets gave that game away.
Is Justin Fields done now? I mean, have we seen enough? I mean, he's a talented kid, but man, it looks like Denver knew what to do. Just stack the box, rush him, and just don't let the running lanes open.
Argument. I don't know, man. I think he's super uber talented still, and third team now? Is he better off as a backup?
I mean, I think part of his woes is he hasn't played enough inside of a system that's formulated to make him play better. I mean, and I don't
honestly,
think I hate this. Yeah.
Arthur Blank's system is the best, and that's why I didn't understand why they went with Russ instead of him.
Yeah, I agree.
Talent alone, but
yeah.
Yeah, the best situation for him so far in his NFL career was with the Steelers. My opinion, was with
Got it.
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers would have loved to have him, but I think the Jets threw too much money at him, and I think the
Oh
Jets
yeah, I
they
mean, 30
overpaid for him,
million.
and
Yeah,
that's showing right now.
Took it too. Take it. And
Yeah.
run. Yeah.
So moving right along, we saw the Indianapolis Colts take down the Arizona Cardinals in a much more exciting game than I think everybody thought. I thought the Colts would probably roll this one, Tate. Probably you did too. 31-27. Listen, the Colts are fun. They're exciting. Arizona is definitely a better team than I think some of us thought, but I think the Colts are going to be standing there in the AFC playoff picture pretty firmly, I think, by the time we're done with this season.
Yeah. You called at the beginning of the year that the Cardinals are just feisty. There's something about them. They look pretty good with Brissett back there at quarterback. I think Kyle Murray was playing the new Call of Duty or something, so he didn't even show up to.
Battlefield 6 is out. I got to go, guys.
Yeah, guys. Hurt my knee. No, it was a stingy game. I had the red zone on, so I didn't get to really dig into it. But I mean, heck. This time of the year too, like I was even telling my friends, this even goes back to the Broncos. Like just get the W. It's ugly. It's just like last night's game. Just get the W and move on. Start stacking wins, close games, whatever. Like it's still like we've seen so much parity this year that
it's been great.
Smokes.
It's been great.
No, it's awesome. And I was texting my brother last night during the games. It was like, I think every team is bipolar. Like you don't know what team you're getting any week this year, and this is what it makes the NFL so great when it's these close of games. It sucks for betting. It's terrible for betting because
sure?
I've won two college football games. I think it was Indiana, and I can't remember like what other one. Other than that, I've lost every damn, and I start going crazy on my parlays, but. That's partly my fault, but yeah, I haven't won shit. And sorry, kids, in 2 weeks. So, but it makes it fun though, because you're like, oh my god.
So that's why we want you to subscribe and listen, so you can be as horrible at betting as we are. So moving right along, one that I was dead wrong on last week: Dallas Cowboys getting taken down by Carolina Panthers.
Me too.
Carolina's feisty. Carolina's playing some ball. They're putting it out there and seeing what's going on. I'm sure you were very excited about this one. I mean, the main thing that I'll say
I actually bet it on the Cowboys. So
okay, all right, fair enough. Fair, never mind. But do you think that it's kind of amazing how well Dallas's offense is playing minus CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah. No, I'm very surprised too. But their defense is terrible. They've. Prescott is playing out of his butt. I mean,
he really is. He really is.
They're one of the top teams in yards right now, or like the top team in yards per game.
Yep.
They also give up the most yards per game.
Yeah, I think they're like first or second in yards passing, and the 32nd in defense.
They're good one week, then they're bad one week. They're good one week, they're bad one week. But you can say that. Pretty much the NFL this year.
Yeah, so. Like you said, everybody's bipolar, but it was really interesting. They're going to start
showing their true colors. Like Jerry Jones threw a fit, and the cancer of the NFL, the most overrated franchise in the history of the NFL, will start showing its true colors here soon.
Got it. Yeah, no, listen, it was shocking, but I mean, listen, I think Carolina's playing some ball this year. Bryce Young, definitely second year in. Looks like he's getting a little bit more comfortable, or third year in. But look he's kind of doing the same thing. First year, Frank Reich got him fired. Dave Canales comes in. Okay, he sat him down for a little bit because he needed to build his confidence, but now he's in a system that he's comfortable in, and now he's starting to play better and better. And, I think the other part to this game that people probably overlooked, and even myself, was that Rico Dotto went berserk on the Cowboys because he was a former Cowboy and he wanted to prove something to him, and that's generally what happens in these games. Now, speaking of about something to prove, we saw the Los Angeles Chargers actually win on the East Coast, which is very rare. They took down the Miami Dolphins 29-27, though. They had to take a last-minute field goal to do it. Are you thinking that the Chargers have righted the ship, Tate, or is it still, do you think they're going to be up and down?
I think they're going to be up and down for a little bit, just of all the injuries they have, because their stud left tackle got hurt at the beginning of the year. Then I think their rookie left
Their
tackle
backup,
got hurt.
Alt.
Got
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah, and then both the running backs got hurt. Here's one for you. Watch for Breece Hall getting traded to the Chiefs or the Chargers. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Heard that from a very reliable source today. But yeah, I think they're going to struggle a little bit, but I think Harbaugh's a good coach. He's going to get in competitive. The NFL is all about luck and who stays healthy. But the Dolphins have been playing strong. They just lose.
Yeah, I mean, man, they've tried everything. They've been up in games, they've been down in games, they've fought back in games.
Yeah.
They can't buy a win, and I think it just goes to show you that the culture is dead in Miami, and it's just a number of days before McDaniel's probably relieved of his duties, in my opinion, and it sucks to say because I think he's a decent coach, but maybe he just needs to stay as the offensive coordinator, not maybe the main guy. Listen, I think part of the thing is, too, I think Justin Herbert's confidence keeps going up and down because through the first, 4 games, or 3 games, he was playing ultra confident, and then all of a sudden it seems like he took a step back.
He got rattled, that's why. No, he got pressured on him. His tackles get hurt. He gets rattled. That's kind of his career. I've been high on the Chargers all year, and I'm until I see about a 10-game sample, I'm gonna continue being high on them, even with the injuries they've had.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the Chargers are gonna definitely be in the AFC playoff picture. Just where they sit in that, I don't know. I don't know if they have enough to win the division quite yet. This is going to be a quick hit for me. I don't have much to say about this one. Pittsburgh taking on Cleveland 23-9. I mean, Cleveland is just. I was hearing reports, and I think I texted you that I was hearing Stefanski's job's in jeopardy here pretty soon too, which I can't really blame him for all of this problems. But I guess yes, the offense of the Cleveland Browns is not playing great.
If I'm him, I'm
move on,
get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to me, they need to get Shedeur in there. I'm not even that big of a Shedeur fan. Just see what you got in both of them, and then it's gonna be between them and the Jets.
Do you think it's
one?
And I don't mean to interrupt, but do you think it's weird that the Stefanski didn't even want to name Shedeur the QB2 for a while? That he was like, it's probably gonna be Bailey. I don't know.
Well, like I've heard, is Shedeur has not impressed them. The what was it? The owner or the president drafted him. Nobody else wanted him. His football knowledge is everything I'm hearing. That his football knowledge is way behind to what it
everyone.
And he should have stayed in college another year. Like, his football knowledge, reading defenses, play design, everything is way down, and that's why they haven't had him. Like, he was playing scout team quarterback and all this. Raw talent, yeah, he's got some talent, but so. Yeah, I just don't think they're that high in him. I don't think it's necessarily, even though he has pulled semantics most recently, I don't even think it's his attitude. I think it's his football knowledge.
No, I tend to agree with you. I think that it was an analytic move to grab him. Okay.
Yep.
And I think because analytics said to them that, like, hey, this guy is not a 5th round pick. He's higher than that. Let's take him and let's go. And then he dresses up like a mime during a press conference, and then you wonder why he's not playing football well. I mean, this isn't a shocker to me, but is he more talented than a 5th round pick? Sure. But does he not possess the knowledge that Dylan Gabriel has? Probably not. And Dylan Gabriel is not a big guy, and Shedeur should probably has a little bit more athletic talent than he does, and probably should be playing over him. But we're going to see a very slow problem. Yeah.
The worst thing for a coach, especially quarterback, is processing information, knowing how to run the plays, knowing where people are at. That's the number one thing, especially in the pros. You can get away with that in some college crap and in high school, but when you get to the pros, they want to know that you have an idea of what the heck is going on.
Well, in so many words, playtime's over. This is your job now.
Yeah.
And guess what? Guys work hard at it. Guys study on the off times. Guys,
Yeah.
you hear about Jackson Dart when he went and impressed the New York Giants. He had the playbook over one night and he had to redo all of the stuff for Brian Dable the next day and he blew him out of the water. That's what you have to do. You have to take this process seriously. And unfortunately for him, I don't think he does. Another team I don't want to talk a lot about because I tended to pick them at the beginning of the year as a team to make it to the Super Bowl. But the Los Angeles Rams beating up on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are toast, 17-3. Yeah. Like you can't even. Derrick Henry had 120 yards rushing in that game, so it's not like it was Derrick Henry's fault. Yeah. Like I have no idea what's going on with this team.
Maybe it's one of those things too. Maybe the Harbaugh. I mean, how long has Harbaugh been there?
A long time.
So
long time.
Maybe the message is getting stale with him. Lamar's been hurt. It's kind of the same thing with him. Like even when Lamar was in there, he's not really a pocket passer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like what do they have?
He's been the head coach. He's been the head coach there since 2008. Okay, 2008.
Wow,
that's almost 20 years.
That's about honestly the shelf life of a coach in the NFL. Like a really good coach is 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll be honest with you.
20-some. Shanahan here was 14, 16, something like that. So
I think he's maybe
talking about Super Bowl winning coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton and the Saints was 14, 15. So, I think it starts to become stale. It just, who knows what else? I think they have quite a few injuries. If I'm then, I'm willing to Dylan Henry, before the trade down. I'm sure the freaking Patriots will be all over that.
Anybody.
And it's something to, like the Saints too. It's like it's time to start reloading, even though the Saints as of lately are competitive. They're way more competitive than they were at the beginning of the year.
I would say they're playing more competitive football than the Baltimore Ravens are right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So who knows with the Ravens? I don't know. Everyone's shocked. I'm shocked. We had them over 11.5 wins, I think.
Oh, brother, I think all of those things that I put in are they're going up in smoke real quick.
Yeah.
I think it would have been easier just to throw the money out the window when I was driving to work. It probably would have been faster.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to take anything away from the Rams. The Rams defense had a really stellar game against Baltimore. Yeah. They had a correction game because they got lit up by San Francisco, but they traveled across country, played in a time slot that they're not used to, and proceeded to pound the living heck out of the Ravens, which are the biggest surprise is how bad that they are. Now, one thing that I will give the Ravens is they didn't give up 40 points, which they had been tending to do a lot lately. But past that, I don't really have any high points for him. Yeah, okay, Henry rushed for 120 yards. You didn't reach the end zone, and you didn't give up 40 points. Tip my hat off to you, I guess, Baltimore. I have nothing else to really say on that one. Speaking about those Saints, 25-19 losers to the New England Patriots. Tate, is the Patriots for real?
I think they're on the verge of, yes. They're learning how to win. They're, the culture's getting built again, and they got the right culture. They got the right head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be a team that nobody wants to play. Obviously they beat the Bills. I think they are, and what's their record? 4-2.
Yeah. So they are actually in the lead of the AFC East right now too. By the way.
Yeah. So I think you can say they are. Let's see when there's again Drake May second year. He didn't play all the games last year, but there's still not a lot of tape. Let's see what happens. But I think you can make an argument that they are trending in a very good direction right now.
I think here's the other point to their success is Drake May has got an offensive coordinator, a proven offensive coordinator for young quarterbacks or old quarterbacks. I mean, Josh McDaniels, his first year with Mac Jones was pretty dang good. Then he went and got the job again as a head coach. Obviously can't do that. But now he's back to offensive coordinator.
He knows how to call plays.
He knows how to do it.
Strengths.
Right.
It doesn't matter what they have, whether they run a lot of double tight end sets. They have no names at wide receiver. It doesn't matter. He'll scheme to what his strengths are, and that's what a good play caller is. And to me, it's I don't think this is what frustrates me so bad at the NFL. Well, football in general is it's like, dude, like I know you want to run a certain system, but
Hmm.
you can't run a certain system until you build that certain system. So you always call to your strengths, no matter what. Throw the ego out, the ego out the door, and that's where, like, not as a head coach, Josh McDaniels, but as offensive coordinator, that's exactly who he is. He's a
Well,
genius. Like,
and one of the things that I'll say, and I totally agree with every point that you're saying, but one thing that I will personally say is I don't think I realized how athletic Drake May was until he
yeah,
started playing this year, and starting to see him move around in the pocket, throwing from different arm angles. The guy is definitely a lot better talent than I kind of took him for, and I know he was the third quarterback taken, so probably should have been looked at a little bit higher.
yeah,
But I mean, he's shocked me.
yeah. A lot
And
of yeah, I agree with you. And a lot of quarterback success in the league is, how talented they are, yes, but like what kind of a coach they got, and do they respond to the coach?
yeah,
The coach is it's so huge to have the right coach.
right.
So yeah, no, he's definitely athletic. He's got some great arm talent. Actually, that was his high traits. It's just he didn't play a lot of big name schools and didn't win a lot of games in college. But I remember
Yeah.
hearing in the draft that the talent was there.
Well, one of the things too is, we're kind of banging around this point, but I think the point is, folks, is the coaching and the stability of the coaching goes a long way for these players because, you know, just for when we talked about Justin Fields earlier, now he's in his like what fifth different offensive scheme, and he doesn't necessarily know how to read everything yet, and now he's trying to learn stuff again. Justin Fields might become Geno Smith in a couple years. I mean, the good part of Geno Smith, maybe not the bad part. But you never know. Now, the only other thing I wanted to talk about in this game is, New Orleans is a fighting team, and Kellen Moore, good for them. It's going to be a long season, but I'm seeing some positive movements here and there from
Yeah,
them fighting
no, I
hard
am too.
in games.
I am too. Like he's gotten them to play. A team like that the way they started, they haven't
Yeah,
been good in a few years, and they're moving the ball good, and they're getting very competitive. So I think they're on the ups. That's why,
yeah.
and they don't have a lot too. But like I told you, in the next 2 weeks, deadlines in 2 weeks,
They're gonna move some
I would
people.
start moving some parts, and
Yeah, and then
so
listen and let the young kids in there and get
yeah,
playing experience because that's what they're gonna need anyways.
yeah.
Uh, One other last morning game from Sunday was Seattle visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seattle Seahawks. Seattle won 20-12. I think Jacksonville, of course, convinced me that they would win after they beat Kansas City. Um, is Seattle for real? Because I've been
Starting
not on the
to.
Seattle fans,
I,
big all
I, I
year.
hate Seattle. Well, it's Super Bowl 48.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Mike McDaniel, he's uh, or McDonald is that his name? Seattle's head coach.
Mike McDonald. McDonald.
McDonald, sorry, yeah.
That's okay.
He's. I was reading up about him. He's a good coach. He's pretty savvy.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I think
And he was at
Darnold.
Michigan before too, and then he went
Yeah,
to
and I think
Baltimore, and then
Darnold.
he went there.
Yeah, and I think Darnold. Telling you, you got football rehab
Mm-hmm.
with with the Panthers and the Vikings. I'm telling you, not like I will pound my fist on the table. The Vikings should have
Yeah.
re-signed him. Um, yes, I think they are, especially with the Niners injuries coming up.
Yeah. No, I think Seattle's a power to stay.
Yep.
I think it's funny too because everybody in the mother knows that Sam Darnold is going to throw the ball to Jackson Smith and to Jigba, and he still
Yeah.
has like 170 yards every game. And it's
Yeah.
like, guys, he's only going one way.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the same way in Minnesota too. He's like, this game it's Jefferson, and then next game it's Addison, and he loves to
Yeah.
throw it. But needless to say, Seattle's winning. Jacksonville takes a step back. I can't figure out who Jacksonville is. I'm sorry to say. I thought I was kind of picking up on the Jacksonville train. I'm not anymore. I know I'm wishy-washy on this, but I don't know who is Jacksonville, the team that beat Kansas City or the team that just got their clocks cleaned by Seattle at home? Because Seattle's traveling across country too, playing in a time zone once again that they're not used to. So they're playing, 9 a.m. their time or something. It's a tough time to play a football game. You and I have talked about this. If you're not used to playing football at 8 o'clock in the morning and you get up and, you go get your head beat in, it's not the same.
No.
So,
nope. I don't know what they are either, but I can make that argument for about 8 other teams.
Yeah, 8 teams, right. You said, it's a bipolar season. Bipolar season
right now. And I bet you 4 weeks from now we'll start to see him
a little bit more clarity.
Yeah, and that will help with the gambling for sure.
Speaking of clarity, Las Vegas Raiders beating up on the Tennessee Titans 20-10. I don't have much to say about this. I mean, the only thing, Titans lost their coach now because it's his fault.
Mike McCoy.
Mike McCoy is the coach. Right? Wasn't he was the OC for Denver, right? And wasn't he the head coach of the Chargers?
Yeah. And then head coach somewhere else too.
Yeah, who cares? Really, in my opinion, I didn't even watch anything about this game. I didn't even see a highlight of this game. I can't even really tell you what happened. I know that the score is 20-10, and I'm sorry to say that, and I have a football podcast and I should be better, but really, I could care less about what happened in that game.
Yeah, me too.
All right. A game that I cared a little bit more about, Green Bay took down Cincinnati 27-18. They got their revenge on Joe Flacco, who beat them a couple weeks ago. But Green Bay was a 14.5-point favorite walking into this game. I know that Green Bay is good, but I don't think that they're 14 points ahead of any team in this league right now. No. And that was proven on Sunday.
The Bengals actually looked like they had something, too.
I agree with you. It looked like they could actually get the ball to Jamar Chase, which they couldn't do before. Yeah, Flacco's there. Give him a couple weeks. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, he'll do enough to get the Bengals competitive.
Until their offensive line gets him killed. But, that's fine.
Yeah, which they've done for the last...
They've done that to Joe Burrow for the last 5 years, so why change it for Flacco?
Why change it for Flacco? I protect any quarterback there.
Now, this is a team I want to talk about, Tate, because I think you and I are definitely falling more in love with this team week by week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking down San Francisco 30-19. I love me some Baker, folks. I talked about him last week.
Everybody does.
Yeah, everybody does.
Baker right now. He plays inspired. He's clutch. I mean, this is the first, what did they say, the first time all season he's took the victory formation. He took a knee because he's had to come back and win.
Yeah, he's had to come back and win. This is their first win that they've cruised.
He inspires his team. He's exactly what you want as a quarterback. He's so clutch and he's so tough to bring down. He has a lot. He's just a shorter version of Brett Favre right now, and probably more accurate than Brett Favre, honestly, right now how he's playing.
Yeah.
Niners, they kept it close for part of the game, but then they lost their linebacker. They're just riddled with injuries. I don't know how many seasons this is going to happen to Kyle Shanahan with injuries. I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with the Broncos when they got rid of Lindahl. Now Lindahl's with Notre Dame, but you need to really start looking at your strength coach, your strength conditioning, and really analyzing it. And that's the one thing the Broncos and the Pinner group, the ownership group, has really got into is the science, the athletic science behind football and recovery and everything. And because they're snake bitten so many years. I mean, hell, look at was it the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship when both quarterbacks got hurt?
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Brock Purdy
Championship.
Yeah,
hit his elbow out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yes, people are going to get injured, but it happens all the time. All the time.
I think part of the problem that the Niners have is they've paid these players too much money, and now they don't have enough money for the backup players. And when their big players get hurt, the guy that's behind them is some fifth rounder from somewhere, and it's him or Fred Warner. Well, guess what? Fred Warner.
I know, and they've been guilty of it, of trying to buy a Super Bowl, which
can't do it. You can't do it, man. Every team would do it if they could.
Yeah, but eventually you gotta. The Patriots did it with the 16-0 season. They got Randy Moss in. They got freaking Junior Seau and Harrison in. So it's biting him in the butt. I think he's a hell of a coach to get him as competitive as he has. So
yeah,
but Tampa's fun.
Tampa's fun, and I think Tampa Bay is definitely in the tops of people's thoughts in the NFC because I think that road might go through Tampa Bay, and the way they're playing, Todd Bowles' defense is looking really sharp. That's the other thing that they don't talk about on Tampa Bay a lot. But yeah, Baker's my MVP right now, and I think he's yours, and it's just been fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Now, fun to watch on Sunday. Was it fun to watch the Detroit Lions lose to Kansas City 30-17? Listen, Kansas City's back, right? Kansas City's back, right? That's back. It. This is it. They're back. They're in.
Like I've said all year, until they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
They're back. I'm sorry. They got Rice coming back this week. They started.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, Rashee Rice is coming back. Look out.
Start getting in the system. They're using Kelsey just enough. Not like the old Kelsey. But he's playing pretty good. Yes, they're back. They're too good. They're too experienced. You got Mahomes as your quarterback. There's always a shot to win. I'm sorry.
That guy. He is good.
And guess what, too? The refs were definitely on their side again, too. So
they have 0 penalties?
Yeah, it's
0?
freaking ridiculous.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
There's a study out of UTEP from 2015 to 24 about the Chiefs, about
getting favored, right?
All this data, yes, of how they're favored, especially in the playoffs with the referees. So
listen.
It's the whole Taylor Swift crap.
It's everything. It's everything. It's everything. It's Patrick, seeing him whine to the refs every time that something goes on. You see Travis Kelce whine to the refs. Listen, and I get it that there's a factor of stardom that, when the star player comes up, it's like the LeBron thing. Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
But needless to say, Kansas City, I kind of feel is definitely on the right page, and you're right. They're going to get even scarier because they're getting pieces of their offense back.
They're going to get even scarier as the season goes on. That is a team you don't want to have confidence.
Yeah,
they got confidence.
And listen, hey Chargers, I know you beat them the first game. Good luck going to try to take them down in Kansas City the next game because they ain't going to be as easy.
No.
And that's the other thing, too. Let's be honest, Kansas City at home is not an easy place to play.
Never has been, even when they were terrible, back in the day.
Now, there was a team that I thought might do well against Kansas City this year, but I don't tend to think so anymore, and that was the Buffalo Bills.
They
lost 24-14 to the Falcons.
They're part of the bipolar thing. I'm saying it, but the Bills do this every year. I'm pretty sure the last 2 years were like, is this it? Is this it? Did they miss their Super Bowl window? How many years have we been saying that? 2 years?
I probably 3. I probably said 3. I probably said it 3.
No, they always have a few weeks, and it's usually in October, early November, where they're like, everyone's like, they're done. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons, gosh, they got who they lose to?
The Falcons. The Falcons kicked the living crap out of the Vikings that Monday night. Then they gave up 0. They scored 0 points against the Carolina Panthers.
That's what I'm saying.
It's bipolar as bipolar can be. The one thing I will say is Atlanta at home plays a lot different than Atlanta on road. The other thing that I want to say, and I just want to say this to the Buffalo fans, is you might have to start thinking about that the offense runs. Josh Allen's going to run a great offense. But maybe Josh has the answers all the time. Maybe give it to James Cook more. I don't know. Make it run through the running game. Does he have to?
The problem when they lose like this is they stop running the ball.
Right. They give up on it. It's like you have one of the best running backs.
It reminds me of the John Elway days here. It was just like, okay, we got John. We're just.
I think it's a great analogy because I think that's exactly what they do. Hey, we got Josh. Josh will do it. Just give it to Josh. Yeah. Hey, why don't we take the pressure off of Josh every once in a while? Run the freaking ball.
Yeah.
Speaking of running the ball,
there you go.
The Bears did it last night, 25-24. Yep. Suck it, Commanders. Okay, sorry, folks, if you're a Commanders fan out there. Listen, it was a sloppy game, but the Bears game, like you said, a win's a win. The one thing I will say, pretty good dang team, and you know what? Washington had every chance to win that game. 3 turnovers definitely does that. The refs, talk about the refs too. The refs definitely tried to help them out in that game.
Oh, yeah.
With the illegal formation and everything.
No, Caleb, and I was gonna text you, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Caleb's looking like he's starting to come in his own a little bit more. He still does
Yeah.
some stupid crap, but beginning of the game he started off like really like
Shaky.
really yeah. And so he's trending in a good direction. Ben Johnson really is surprising the heck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like just how much his play design is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just there's a doomsday throw of like when Caleb was scrambling to the right and like doomsday had his hand up, he's so open and Caleb just took it, but
yeah, he could. He had him. He had him. He had him all day.
He should have chucked that, but like he schemes people open so much, and there's just how much like just it's just genius play calling in my eyes, and it's gonna get better as long as Caleb can continue to grow and he doesn't put up with anything. Like he's really impressed me as a head coach for sure.
Well, and one of the things that I'll say about that play that in particular that you're talking about where Caleb went and ran for the first down, I think he had it in his head. He's like, hey, because it was like, I think it was 4th and 1. And he's like, hey, I got to get the first down. Could he have gone for the jugular? Sure. And I think last year he would have. But I think he's like, let me get the first, then we try to go again. The other thing I'll say about Ben Johnson in this offense has done a great job with the offensive line because there were some holes last night for DeAndre Swift to run through that I had not seen in the first 4 games.
They finally stepped up and got some good free agent offensive linemen.
They went out there and did it. They turned it around. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got a lot of things going for them, and they're trending in a very, very good direction. And it's just like, for me, it's just like, can Caleb just continue to grow and just start being more consistent?
Yeah.
And I think if you see that, then the Bears are going to be well on their way.
Well, I heard, one of the things.
I think the Commander and to be the Commanders in
Washington
too.
Yeah, because like to your point, Washington's a dang good team, and they've been playing really well. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you were predicting them to have a sophomore slump, but I think they're really well coached.
I think we could say that prediction was wrong by now. They've been playing pretty good. Yeah,
every
exactly.
team is bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
Every team is bipolar right now. So you can say that about every team.
Well, let me ask you this, and this will be my last point before we'll do the quick pickup for Thursday. Do you think a lot of teams that we see this bipolar and parity kind of thing because they have a shorter preseason now, and now we're really starting to teams are starting to have the practices and kind of have the reps, and now they're like, hey, this is who we are. Like Caleb's like, hey, I play in a system. No one said I could play in a system, and I play.
Back in the day when they had 4 preseason games, they had a longer training camp before the players union got in front of in front of everything. You never had you never heard teams saying like, oh, we don't know who they are. We don't know who we are for the first month this season. Now you're seeing it. Mm-hmm. And let's face it, they don't practice.
Mm-hmm.
They don't practice in training camp early. There's no such thing as 2-a-days anymore. They hardly practice now. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything's a walkthrough now.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just feels like these guys need to hit each other. They need to get into it. They need to dig into it.
Sports, you have to you practice more than you play.
Right.
You practice more than you play.
Right. And I think that you're finally seeing now is some of these schemes with these teams is like, oh, hey, when I'm running this play and the guy hits, to the outside, I go this way, and now everything works. It just is funny to me because I think that that's why we have so much parity at the beginning of the season. It's because teams don't know who the heck they are, and they don't know how the skills or the training should work. All right.
And real quick, too, is like they're not practicing. They're not practicing, so it takes till week 8 to them to figure out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not even in game shape yet. Like, you have to wear the pads to be able to play in the pads. I'm sorry to say. I mean, that's not a foreign thing here.
Well, and honestly, that's why there's so many more injuries too. I come back in that and the field turf. The field turf.
The field turf, and that could be for a different show.
The old school AstroTurf is better than this crap now.
I'd rather have them play on concrete for crying out loud.
The cleats just get trapped in that, and it doesn't slide like in grass or even other astroturf.
The rubber grabs the cleat.
Yes,
and these guys are moving so fast.
There's so many more injuries is because it's a combination. They don't practice hard anymore. They can't.
So their muscles aren't ready.
Yes.
And yeah, exactly. I think that it's just like, you know, I get it, players union, and you want less, but at the same time, you see the teams that really practice hard, to really push it. Those are the teams that move on and do very well later in the year. All right, Tate, since we're not going to talk till Friday, let's do our pick'em for this Thursday's game. Steelers at the Bengals, a barn burner. Steelers favored 5.5, over under 43.5. I mean, I don't even know if we need to talk about this, but go ahead and tell me what you got.
Yeah, I got.
I'm sure it's the same. Yeah.
You know what? And are they playing in Pittsburgh?
They're playing in Cincinnati.
I'm gonna take, believe it or not, I'm gonna take the Bengals with the.
Fair enough. I was actually leaning the same way. That's okay.
Covering the 5.5, and then I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go. I'm terrible at this.
Okay.
Under.
That's okay. I will go reverse. I'll take the over on this Thursday game. Thursday games have been hitting a little bit over, but I will actually probably take Pittsburgh to cover the 5.5. I'm seeing a little bit more from them, and Rodgers is a different quarterback than that team's had for a long time.
I think, like for me, I think that Flacco is just giving them a little bit of a spark, and they do got talent on the Bengals.
Let's be honest.
That's why I'm taking the 5.5.
He's a competent quarterback. That's it.
Yeah.
Jake Browning wasn't. That's why you have Joe Flacco. And luckily they were able to get him for a 5th round pick or something. All right, folks. Well, hey, that's all we got for the recap of week 6. Stay tuned. Friday, Tate and I will have the P's with PJ and Tate, and we'll give you all the picks and props and parlays we can. Other than that, stay with us, but we are out.
Yep.
Good show.